The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Sanders' kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw taken in by Palmer. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we're at halftime of this AFC Wildcard matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This is the last of our 3 games on this Sunday. One more to follow tomorrow night as we wrap up a very exciting 3 days of Super Wildcard Weekend. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was the Bills who pick up the victory at home. We were treated to a solid first half out of the running back, Breece Hall. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. The Bills needed a strong finish, and they got it, as the victory there caps off a 12-5 regular season.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Now the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Oh, he'll run that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. Not an easy spot here. He'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. To the left side and intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
The New York set to take the field. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On second down, a run with Hall. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too. Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. There's a short throw to his tight end, McKinney. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd down and 6 now.
2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
Herbert now. Complete to Johnston here. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. His 2nd catch in this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Here's Herbert. Flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Again, Herbert. Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. 2nd and 9. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Chargers are an extra point away from capturing the lead. So he's goes in for his third score of the game. Defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Hyder for the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the third. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Throw right side, Wilson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. From midfield, here's Rodgers. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Mecole Hardman, 50 yards. And the Jets have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Rodgers will throw for it. That's caught at the 2. And he is not going to make it to the goal line, so the defense holds, and this remains a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
It's Eckler again. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. 2nd and 9 from the 44. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. On second down, here's Herbert. He'll get this out. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the Jets are going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Caught by Wilson.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up second down.
Brings up second and 5 at the 26-yard line.
Give to Hall running right. Dances by at the 20. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 40 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now it's Rodgers.
That one was tipped up in the air and fortunately fell away for the defense because if the offense is able to grab that one, that's a short little jaunt into the end zone because there's not enough reaction time off of the tip ball for the defense to rally and make a tackle. They were very fortunate on that play.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. Here's Rodgers to throw. Fighting to stay upright. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a 1-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. This is swung out to Eckler. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for Los
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. Taken in at the 22. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Jets will take over. There's McCole Hardman as he brings this offense onto the field yet again. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the one touchdown score to this point. Throwing is Rodgers. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now this series could very well determine our outcome. Herbert's this throw taken in by Johnston. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Herbert. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Oh, he's made him work for over half the game now. He's been the artful dodger back there, but there it is. Finally, they get to him for a sack and a big loss. Give credit to the defense for their tenacity to finally hang with it and get him down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Well, they'll try the Jets sweep here with Lazard. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. Returnable here for Davis. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Herbert and the Chargers down by 8. 1:40 remaining. They need a touchdown here to try to force overtime, but they've got the support of this playoff record crowd. 1st and 10. It fights him off. That's taken in by Palmer. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Well, a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. The Charles on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.